My husband gave me chlamydia, and after 3 years of blaming each other for cheating, we found out it came from a koala he cuddled at a festival. Or is this the perfect cover-up? My husband, 28 male, and I, 27 female, had been together for 5 years after being friends for most of our teenage years. We have 2 sons, and this takes place when I was 3 months pregnant with my second child. I had gone to my 13-week scan follow-up after the ultrasound alerted that something wasn't right. I fully expected the worst, but my doctor just said they could see something on the scans with my fallopian tubes, nothing was wrong with the baby, and she wanted to get blood work and swabs done. When the results came back, my doctor called me to come in urgently. That's when she showed me that my tests had returned positive for chlamydia. I was shocked, and my doctor knew I had been with my husband for years. She was my doctor all the way back when my first son was born, so she knew all of our history. She straight up asked me if our relationship was monogamous, and I of course said yes. She gave me the rundown of treatments and scripts, telling me that my husband would need to come be tested as well to confirm before he too would likely need treatment. All with a look of pity. She was thinking it, I was thinking it. My partner had cheated on me, given me an STD. I'm fuming and heartbroken, but I go home and take a long hot shower, scrubbing myself clean because I feel so gross. Then I decide I need to call him because this is really bothering me. He is at work and I'm crying on the phone explaining that I've just been to the doctors and gotten results that I'm positive for chlamydia, and how could he do this, you bastard, all the works. I hang up and he is calling me over and over, but I'm trying to calm down as I have to grab our son from daycare and still be put together as a mother somehow. I ignore his calls and go about my day utterly crushed. When he finally comes home, I'm in the middle of feeding our son dinner. He comes in the house, sets his stuff down loudly and throws his keys at the wall. He sees that I've got our son, so he just walks into the bedroom and slams the door, and I hear the shower run. I'm confused and even more hurt because I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it. I finish feeding our son and bed routine, then settle him to sleep. It's about 8 p.m. by now and I'm exhausted, but I go to the room to talk to my husband and he is sitting on the bed holding his head in his hands crying. I walk over to him and say that, I don't know how you could do this to me and our family, but you've given me an STD and you also need to get tested and take this medication. He looks at me, eyes red raw, yelling that I am a sick and twisted person for cheating on him, getting an STD and then blaming him for it. So my husband is upset and visibly shaking, and I can't fathom what he is saying. He thinks I'm the one who has been unfaithful, and I'm just furious. I have never cheated and I hate cheating. It's a disgusting act to do to someone you love. But he is adamant that he also never strayed, and our argument ends with us waking up our son, so I go to settle him. When I came out, he had packed a bag and was leaving. He said he was going to stay with his parents for a bit. He left, and I just cried all night long. I was so confused and didn't know what to do. The next few weeks were hell. He tested positive obviously, and the both of us were accusing each other. It got to the point that I asked if he wanted to separate, because I didn't see how this could be resolved since neither of us would own up. He said he would tell me the answer if the pregnancy I was carrying truly was his baby after a paternity test. We went and got the tests, and of course it was his child. We went to therapy, which never really solved anything. He eventually moved back in. All of our history combined with knowing that at the end of the day I loved this man and didn't want a broken family was a big part of why I eventually decided to just accept that he cheated and wouldn't own up to it. We just moved on with life. Sure, a little less sunshine and joy than before this happened. I loved him, and a part of me thought him admitting it would be worse. I'd want to know names, faces, details, and As more time went by, I became okay with leaving it be. So it's more than 2.5 years later now, and Adam is scrolling through TikTok when this video with Robert Irwin comes on. He was talking about how the biggest threat to koala populations is chlamydia. I swear if a light bulb appeared in his head it would have shone out of his ears because I saw him start to piece things together. He now has come to the conclusion that he thinks he did give me chlamydia, but not through cheating. This is where I'm just speechless. Back in mid to late 2019, there was huge bushfires in Queensland. In September, Adam and I attended the Bohemian Beat Freaks Festival, and along our drive into camp we came across so many koalas that had been displaced. The event was nearly cancelled due to fires burning near the site in the weeks prior, so these koalas were just by the side of the road, exhausted. At one point we pulled over and Adam grabbed some water for these poor guys. One little fella was so thirsty and exhausted he was just holding on to my partner's arm as he drank. And yes, Adam picked this koala up and gave him a cuddle, and yes, the koala proceeded to pee all over his shirt and arm. We laughed it off, moved him off the road track and continued on. Now being a festival in the middle of a bush, there are only showers that you pay for. We were not planning on using it to shower until the last day. He had taken off the shirt and washed his hands with bottled water. We arrived and set up camp and then went to party and forgot about the koala completely. Over those days we made love, a lot. Yeah, writing this now I realize how gross it all sounds, but that's the culture of Aussie bush doofs, and we were young parents who had a rare break from having our son. So we go down a rabbit hole of research and find out that yes, you can catch it from koalas. Oh my god. Adam is so fast to make an appointment at our Jeep.